Under Jen. All one word, three ends on my Jen. We are back for the third time today for another session of Era versus Era in 8 questions, where the battlers on the card have 15 minutes to answer my 8 questions on Era versus Era. And today this evening, we've got the one and only AJ Ra. AJ, how's it going?
What's goody, man? Finally, Jen is spending time with me, man. What's up?
Don't say that. You know, my platform is your platform and it's here whenever you want to promote something, want to talk about something. Um, so, yeah, and hopefully we can do an interview maybe next week if we want to do a full interview. But right now, we are going to get straight into these 8 questions. If we have any time at the end, you can say anything else that you want. If you don't get through all of them, well, then I'm sorry, I've got to cut you off at 15. So straight into it and tell me, when was your era and where do you rank yourself in it?
My era started, I would say, early 2019, actually before COVID. So for all you vets that are trying to be smart and give us the COVID era tag, some of us start before that shit. In my era, I would definitely say I'm top five. Personally, I'll say I'm top three, but top five for sure.
Okay, top five. Why? Talk to me about that COVID era. There was some angst in that response there when you mentioned the COVID era.
Well, they try and make it seem like battle rap, not battle rap. I feel like in my era, it's actually been harder to keep people's attention. I feel like battle rap's been in a state of, performing arts really for the last, I
Mm-hmm.
would say 5, 6 years, where it's been a crowd, it's been the lights, it's been a show, and
Mm-hmm.
less about really what the essence of battle rap was when it started, which was the delivery, the hunger, the passion, the lyrics, and how you say what you say instead of, performance and being a showman really taking over what the art of battle rap is. So for us, we had to reignite people's interest in this era, especially in a pandemic where you're not really going to get the rest of the shows and things of that nature, which was actually harder to do. So when you try and call my era COVID era or call my crop a COVID crop, it's like you're marginalizing or diminishing the fact that it's actually harder to get people interested in something that doesn't have any interest anymore,
Mm-hmm.
so that's why I said it like that, because it's just like, well, number one, some of us started before COVID, and number two, more importantly, even within this period in time, we've actually kept and held the scene and given you lot interest. Now watch what happens when everything open back up again. We should be getting credit, not
Mm.
slighted. Do you know what I mean? So
Okay.
that's why I think that.
Yeah, no, you make a very valid point. What do you think of your opponent's era, and where do you rank him in it?
Okay, so I will give him credit because he was there from the beginning. He was part of the foundation of, the perception of battle rap, especially in the UK. Do you get what I'm saying? He gets credit for helping build the scene and whatnot, giving us representation when, it wasn't a lot of people that looked like us in the scene back when he
Mm,
started. So
sure.
I'll give him credit for that. Ranking wise, I don't personally feel like he's the best in his era, but I will
Mm.
definitely say he's one to be respected and he carried on the game. And what was the second question? Because you asked me where do I rank him, and what was the other question?
Yeah, so it was, what do you think of his era?
And in terms of what I think of his era, I feel like it was probably difficult from the sense of you don't really have a blueprint over
Mm,
here. You kind of only can see externally what other people are doing, and you kind of had to give our scene an identity, really. And that must have been
mm.
pretty difficult to kind of brandish. Okay, this is when you watch this battle, this is what UK battle rap looks like. So I would say it was difficult from that standpoint.
Okay, fair enough. Excuse me. Which of the eras do you think was the tougher one to make a name for yourself in? So, who had the
Um,
tougher era to make a name for themselves in?
Okay, so I would say me personally is actually my era, because battle rap's been established. Everybody want to be a battle rapper, and you've got a whole bunch of other battle rappers trying to do the same thing. It's hard to stand out and stamp yourself in an era where everybody's trying to do this one thing you're claiming to do. I think
Mm,
that's really difficult when you have everybody else trying to do the same thing and they're all coming with the same argument, which is they're the best and they do this, that, and the third. So that's
mm,
hard to stamp out and actually prove amongst everyone else that's also trying to do it why you deserve to be recognized as one of the best. So I would definitely say my era is definitely harder. Definitely.
sure.
Completely.
What would you say then? I mean, you sort of put him as one of the foundations, one of the scene builders. What
Yeah.
do you think it's like trying to make your name when there isn't a scene? So you're
Well,
making the scene as you are
mhm.
making your name at the same time.
Well, this is what I'll say about that. I'll say that because of that, it's like you got a clean slate. You don't really
Mm,
get comparisons. Do you get what I'm saying? You get to be yourself. Do you understand what I'm
sure.
saying? And what I mean by that is when you say you're Jokerstar, because you're the first of you,
Mm,
nobody can compare you to a previous battle rapper
mm,
or a previous generation, especially in this scene. Do you understand what I'm saying? With
mm,
us, whether we like it or not, they're just gonna automatically, even if we have maybe a hint or even if we say something that might sound like someone else, they'll go,
mm,
"You sound like that person,"
mm.
automatically. You don't
Sure.
have
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Panther that they have. Do you understand what
Mm,
I'm saying? So I think it was easier for him because he just got to make his own canvas, paint his own painting, and that was that. We didn't get that.
mm. Sure, great point again. Um, if you could battle in any era, which would it be?
I wouldn't, even though I said my era's harder, I wouldn't change my era for nothing.
Mm,
I wouldn't change my era for nothing because it's made me more hungrier. It's made me want to take what I believe I'm owed. Like I had to fight and scratch and claw for everything. Nothing was handed to me. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't no golden boy. I wasn't nothing like that. Do you get what I'm saying? It
mm.
wasn't like that for me. I had to earn everything. So the
So are
fact that
you?
I'm at a point now is actually more satisfying. My bad.
No, 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 please. So do you think in other eras things were handed to them
No, I
and they
feel
didn't
like
have to work?
no, I feel like it was more opportunity because it was a bit bigger. There was
Mm,
one hub for the scene. Everybody
sure.
knew back then. You go to Don't Flop if you want to go see battle rap. Do you understand
Mm,
what I'm saying? There wasn't really too
hmm
many other things like that. Gab started and they started to come behind that and they tried to make their own lane. And then you got like the Cold Reds and the, chalked outs after
mm,
Don't Flop started to die down a little bit.
hmm
So that's the difference right there. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Why did you take this battle?
I took this bow because I felt like I needed to prove myself even more. I feel like I've
Mm,
been making a name for myself, but it isn't where I wanted it to be per se. And I skipped out on, well, I didn't skip out, but I got my last battle got postponed,
mm,
and I was waiting for the chance to really jump back in again. I really wanted to get my bars off, and I just didn't get a chance to do that. So the minute they
mm,
call me with not only a bigger plate but a bigger card and it's era versus era, everything just matched up perfectly, and I didn't even
mm,
hesitate to say we doing it. Let's go.
mm.
That's that.
Is it, I mean, do you think it's a good opponent for you? Like you said, there are
Um,
lots of things that make sense, the card, the fact that you haven't
yeah.
battled, but what about the opponent? Does the opponent make
Um,
sense for you?
I would say it's actually a little bit more challenging. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not
Mm,
straightforward. I mean, if it's in my class, it's more familiar. Do you get what I'm saying?
mm,
It's I've seen you before like that. You're more active. With him, he's a bit more tricky because it's more of a challenge. He doesn't really come outside like that. And the last time we seen him, he didn't do too well. So now he's gonna come with even more energy than he would have
mm,
normally with. So that's all of those things are challenges that I felt like, okay, this is good. Like
yeah.
this what we want.
Yeah,
So
this makes sense. Yeah. This is a
yeah.
fight. What do you rate about your opponent, about Jokerstar?
I would say he has a good sense of crowd control and presence on the stage. He's very
Mm,
aware of the stage, he's very aware of the crowd in front of him and the moment and the reactions that people are gonna give to, his strengths like his sarcasm and his unorthodox way of pointing things out that might other people might not notice.
Mm,
And I feel like he's very used to being able to manipulate and control the crowd and the space that he's battling in.
mm.
I respect that. I definitely respect that.
Okay, I like that. Why do you beat him?
I believe I beat him because even though he's been battling for so long, a lot of people have allowed him because, like I said, he's good at taking the stage, taking the space. I feel
Mm,
like a lot of people just allowed him to kind of do that. Nope,
yeah.
he's never really had to battle somebody that's really matched his or has more energy than him. He hasn't really had to fight to get the crowd back. He hasn't really had to really prove that he is who he is. He's kind of
Mm,
been able to kind of almost like goods in a way. He can lean on his presence and his posture and his sarcasm a bit. Nobody's really have had to give him a reason to do more than what he's been doing to get by.
mm,
So for me, I'm bringing all those other elements and the hunger that he once had, plus the level of anticipation and the inquisitiveness and the knowledge and the intellect that a lot of his opponents wasn't bringing. I'm bringing all of that, and he's going to have to do more than just fill the stage and make a joke or make a funny face, or do you get what I'm
mm.
saying? Do all of the things that he's good at. He's gonna have to do a lot more than that. And I just don't see him doing more than what he's used to doing. That's just me personally.
Okay. All right. It sounds like you know exactly what you've got to do, and yeah, I'm so here for it. Out of all the battles on the card, so
Mhm.
excluding your battle potentially, what do you think is going to get battle of the night, battle of the event? You can give me one overall. You can give me one for each day.
Um, I will say I'm definitely looking forward to Tally and Tech.
Mm, for
Definitely looking
sure.
forward to Broken Rivers. I feel like that's
Mm,
gonna be such a bomb. Like it's gonna be such a bomb fest. And we
yeah.
came in at the same time, so it's almost like yo, home team, like let's go. Like, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, because you both
So
came in on the Art of Rap. Shout out
on
Art
our
of Rap.
rap. So
Salute to
it's
Nika
kind of
Tan and
dope to
P.
see us sort of get to this point here where it's like, yo, we on era versus era. Like
Mm,
we build a league, and now we're representing our whole class and era. Like
mm,
that's fucking
mm.
dope to me. So those two, I'm really looking forward to. Just the whole card in general. You making me pick one or two. Like I'll name the whole
Well, no,
card.
I mean we've got 2 minutes, so you can give me a couple of battles that you know that you want to say something about that you're really looking forward to that maybe people are
Um,
sleeping on. You
I
can.
think people are sleeping on Nobi's battle.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah.
I think people are sleeping on Nobi.
Mm,
Enigma. Like, there's too many, man. There's too
mm.
many. I don't know. There's too. I can't just. I'll say the whole card. I'm looking forward to everybody, and I'm taking my era. I think we're gonna clear everyone out. That's me personally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yep. Yep. I don't see my era losing. I don't see
Okay.
my era losing. I don't think nobody said that yet. I'm saying
I
it
think I
right
might have
now.
to run a book. People are so confident. I'm trying to take
Come on.
people's money right now. Everyone's so confident. Yeah, I'm writing a book because the confidence, I can't lose. You're also confident. They're also confident. Someone has to lose. I can make some big money here. I'm going to do that. Okay, we've got 1 minute left. You can use that 1 minute to tell the people whatever you want about the card, about the fight, about yourself, about your opponent, about why you hate him, why you love him, why you rate him, whatever you want.
Mhm.
Floor's yours.
I'm AJ Raw, brandish myself as the Grim Reaper for a reason. And on Era versus Era, I'll be representing my era, my class, and everything that I believe in versus Jokerstar, who's coming with exactly the same thoughts and feelings about his. If
Talk.
you care about battle rap, if you know that this is something you love, you do not want to miss this battle. It's going to be filled with everything you could imagine and more. Get your tickets right now. That's all I have to say.
Facts, absolutely. Get your tickets. They are going to sell out. You will be sad. The event is going down 24th and 25th of July, live at the Fiddlers. Link in. I will put it in the description in eventually, but it is in No Loose Chat's bio. Go follow, subscribe, support, all of that good stuff. We out.